Hey there, and welcome to the Stay Lit broadcast. My name is Jess, otherwise known as R Dubs. I am the host of this broadcast. It just started, and I'm hoping that you guys stick around because every time I post a video, it's going to be something different. Whether it's news about the gaming industry, me actually gaming, or political talk, or something else altogether, I'm just going to be running the gambit. Because why the fuck not? I love chaos, so why not just throw chaos out onto YouTube? Today, I am going to read from a book to you. I'm not going to read the entire book because, copyright issues. But the whole purpose of my reading the book to you, I'm going to read like maybe the first chapter or the first couple of pages or paragraphs. It depends on the book. To see if you're interested enough to actually pick up the book yourself and read it. Because, a lot of times when you pick up a book at the bookstore or the library or whatever, and you read the dust jacket and you're just like, I don't know if I want to read it. So sometimes you read like the first couple pages to get an idea of whether or not you're going to like the book. So why don't we do that here? And for today's reading, I'm going to be doing We Do This Till We Free Us, Abolitionist Organizing and Transforming Justice. This was recommended to me on TikTok several months ago after, the election, and I needed something to read to kind of give me an idea of what I should be doing next. And I actually haven't read this book yet. It's in my to-be-read pile. I will be reading it probably in the next couple of weeks. I have others that are kind of higher on the priority list right now because I need to disassociate and not think too hard. So this hasn't been it yet. However, I'm going to read probably just the first page or two of this book to give you an idea of what it's like and what to expect from this. And this is by Mariame Kaba. I hope I said that right, Mariame. Who has been doing abolitionist work pretty much her entire career. In fact, the foreword in this is pretty spectacular. There's actually an editor's introduction to this, which is rare because you don't normally see that in a book. And in fact, let me go ahead and read it for you. Let me put on my reading glasses because, I'm old. Let me just read a little bit of the editor's introduction to you. If you follow Mariame Kaba on social media or even know a little bit about her resolute political work, it probably will not surprise you to learn that she was initially reticent, is that how you say it? About this book. Characteristically, Mariame wasn't sure an entire project should be solely developed around her. Over the years, Mariame has declined previous requests from Haymarket Books to publish a collection of her writings. As summer 2020 approached, Haymarket asked again. As someone committed to building things, Mariame already had numerous projects lined up for the summer. From her home base in New York City, she was running Project NIA, the organization she founded in 2009 to end the arrest, detention, and incarceration of children and young adults by promoting restorative and transformative justice practices. She was also working with Andrea Ritchie and Woods Irvin on Interrupting Criminalization, an initiative of the Barnard Center for Research on Women's Social Justice Institute, which she co-founded with Ritchie in 2018. Along with running organizations, Mariame is always building or co-building campaigns. I mean, that's just the start of the introduction as to who this author is and what she's about. There's like 5, 6, 8 pages to this editor's introduction, which is interesting because I've seen a few books in the past that had an editor introduction for the author, but I've never seen one this extensive. And it's interesting to me. So let's go ahead and dive in. The first chapter is called So you're thinking about becoming an abolitionist. Today, more people are discussing and contemplating prison abolition than ever before. Decades of collective organizing have brought us to this moment. Some are newly aware that prisons, policing, and the criminal punishment system in general are racist, oppressive, and ineffective. However, some might be wondering, is abolition too drastic? Can we really get rid of prisons and policing altogether? The short answer, we can, we must, we are. Prison industrial complex abolition is a political vision, a structural analysis of oppression, and a practical organizing strategy. While some people might think of abolition as primarily a negative project, let's tear everything down tomorrow and hope for the best. PIC abolition is a vision of a restructured society in a world where we have everything we need: food, shelter, education, health, art, beauty, clean water, and more things that are foundational to our personal and community safety. Every vision is also a map. As freedom fighter Kwame Ture taught us, when you see people call themselves revolutionary, always talking about destroying, but never talking about building or creating, they're not revolutionary. They do not understand the first thing about revolution. It's creating. PIC Abolition is a positive project that focuses, in part, on building a society where it is possible to address harm without relying on structural forms of oppression or the violent systems that increase it. I think that's a good stopping point. I think that's a great stopping point. If you're not hooked into wanting to read this book off of just those few paragraphs, I don't know what to tell you. Because that is a fantastic start to this book. Like, how can... I can't even put into words what I want to say about that. I mean, it just seems like it's... Let me look at it again. So when I was saying PIC, I was meaning Prison Industrial Complex, PIC, abolition. I love that quote, though. When you see people call themselves revolutionary, always talking about destroying, but never talking about building or creating, they're not revolutionary. I've never heard that quote before. That's going to stick with me for a while. And I hope it sticks with you as well, because that just seems perfect. So that is it for my broadcast today for Stay Lit. It's a shorter broadcast because I just wanted to talk about that book. You can pick this up at any bookstore. Honestly, please support your local bookstores if you can, because locally owned small businesses are better, especially if it's a Black-owned store or person of color or minority of that sort. Please, please, please give back to the community and not to Amazon. So that is it for me tonight. I love y'all. Stay lit.